Hello?
That cop you killed was your girlfriend's partner. Councilman
What?
Emerson had a meeting with Detective Veronica Jen. She told him she's building a case against you.
All right, y'all. So, episode 10 of BMF season 3 was pretty good. My only my only issue with this last season is where was Glock? That's my only thing. My only gripe about it was like, yo, where Glock at? Like at the end we see, somebody takes out Remy. I kind of want to know who actually did who took out Remy, cuz Remy was basically defeated after when you seen like Meech talking with Sharp, and that's when they like, nah, man, I got the pure weight, and Remy, he old news, he's old time. But then that's when he was able to convince him, and then that's when I guess we seen Sharp convince the rest of Remy's crew to be like, no, let's just join up with Meech. Everything is better when we under his when everybody's under him, right? And that's when Remy was like, nah, man, I don't tolerate this. But then again, we seen like somebody take out Remy at the end. So I'm like, okay. Like I said, my only gripe was like, where was Glock? Where was the MKs? Because Glock was pulling me. But I mean, we did see like in the last episode, he did get shot. So I guess he's also recovering. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. I'm stupid. That makes sense. Cause I was like, yo, where Glock at? Like the man was pulling me. But maybe in the next season he might come back, right? Because he did, like I said, he got shot, so he's most likely recuperating. And we did get to see Coop. I mean, not Coop. Hoop. He didn't get killed. He's he's still alive, as I was thinking like about like he didn't get killed off or whatever. So I'm like, okay, because again, I sort of like Hoop, and I think everybody else likes Hoop. Like he's a valuable player to the game. So I'm like, I don't really see him being taken out anytime soon. Maybe later, if his character decrypts of another character that actually happened in the BMF story, and that character who played this who actually died. But again, who knows, right? But now what's her face? Jen. Jen and Henry was having a time together until Blaze gets on the phone, and then that's when Blaze tells Henry, he like, yo, Councilman Amberson basically said that, yeah, Jen came up and then was telling him some things about the partner that got killed. So I was like, hold up, her dad? Cause when Jen was in there, she was talking with him, and she was like, yeah, I want to get these people that killed your daughter and this and that. And he like, okay, tell me who the names are. So she tells him. And so I'm like, damn, this dude didn't even care. That was his daughter. He didn't even care. And then he just, tells Blaze about it. And that's when Henry's like, all right, I know what's going on. And that's when she tries to like choke out Jen. But then, Jen was able to get away because Brian was able to save her. So I'm like, all right. And then that's when, she still had like the listening and recording device of the conversation of what Henry was talking about. And then that's when Blaze and Henry was talking. He was just like, you was disgraced from the moment you was born. I can't stand you. You make me sick. And that's when she pulls out the gun and she kills Blaze, her dad, while the uncle was trying to like de-escalate everything. But it was enough for Jen and Brian to get like the arrest warrants, right? Well, the warrant for the arrest. And then that's when, they came in, and then they got Henry. And then that's when Jim was like, yeah, the cuffs that you're being cuffed in, you're being under arrest under was basically Kobe's handcuffs. But then we see, now this is crazy because I'm like, all right. Because when they showed like the white girl from the last season of, what's the last season? Yeah, last season of BMF. And then that's when she's like, oh yeah, a message. So I'm like, when did you become this fine? I'm like, whoa, what's this? And then, Henry gets stabbed up and killed in prison, which was basically, I think, a Terry move. That was basically like a Terry move because, now this was crazy because before she got killed, and the handcuffs was on her, Brian whispered into her ear, he said, yeah, I killed your cousin Tyson. I did that shit. Terry didn't do it. I did that shit. So she's already pissed off about it. She's in prison. She lost her crew. She lost her connect. She lost her supply. She lost her father. She lost her uncle. She lost everything. But then it's like now she's in prison and then she gets stabbed up. So I'm like, okay, because we seen when Terry was talking to one of his men and he was like, yeah, he was so focused on trying to like compete with Meech that he's kind of like lost the bigger picture, and he's trying to like figure some things out on his own. But then that's when his man was telling him, he was like, yeah, you should use that, turn that weakness into a strength, and you should just work within the shadows. So I might like where that story is going, because we seen where Terry basically put the hit out on Henry for Henry to get killed in prison. So I'm like, okay. If we get to see more of this on the side of Terry, because Meech is the face of BMF, yes, but then Terry is like the shadow of BMF. So I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like it. Like, I really do. I kind of like that dynamic of what they're trying to tell for like Terry's story. So I'm like, I'm all right with that. I'm down with that. Then we got to see the conclusion of Maurice the Doctor and Lucia, where Maurice the Doctor was engaged for 2 years, even though he had to get what he wanted, because he was like, man, see, men, when a woman knock at your door, right? She knock at your door, and let's just say you wanted her for so long, but she had a man, but then she finally left that man, and you already in your robe, hard and erect as hell, and then she comes at your door, and she's like, listen, I ain't with him no more. And you sit there, you're like, yeah, and she pulls it off. Nigga, it's go time. It was go time. So I was like, okay. But then Maurice basically cheated on his fiance with Lucia, because he was like, I can't walk down the aisle. To be honest, I thought she was gonna like still accept him after everything that he said, but then it makes sense, because she was like, I kind of feel bad for the other woman, because you cheated on her with me, and I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna be with a cheater. So I like Lucia's like strong convictions. I really do, because Lucia was really convicted on this. She was like, no, like, even though I like you, and she wanted to explore the relationship even further, but she was like, no, I'm not doing this. So Charles lost, and Maurice the Doctor lost. So I like that, and Lucia is a strong Christian woman, and she believes in her Christian values. Like, I'm not gonna be with a cheater. See, this is what I said before. It's like, it's not bad, and I kind of like what they did with her story. And then Charles is going on the road, even though poor Nicole was suffering in the beginning, because when they signed the divorce papers, which later on Terry tells Meech about, like, yeah. And I like how when Meech was saying that, yeah, basically BMF is about family, and their foundation is all about how their mother and father raised them to make, like, one big unit, like, we one big happy family. Like, we not gonna be fighting amongst each other. We're not gonna like do all this crazy shit. Like, we're gonna look after each other, and we're gonna help each other, and we're gonna support each other, which I like, and that's cool, man. It's really, really cool, and I like that. But they go in their separate ways. So I guess maybe in the next season, Lucia's gonna have to like figure out what she wants to do for her life. Same with Nicole, right? I kind of hope that Marquisha and Terry's done, because I was like, like she was making me sick after a while, and she wasn't picking up to like Terry's calls. Most likely she's probably sleeping around with that that cop friend that she got. Probably sleeping around with him, because Terry pissed off in Miami, Florida. Yeah, like pissed her off there. So I'm like, she was like I said, the real woman is LaWanda. She the real woman. But we don't know how far Terry and LaWanda is actually gonna go, because she did said that she wanted to go to, I guess, beauty school or whatever, and that's when like Terry and her was like talking, and then she was just like, I'm still gonna do it. So I kind of want him to be with her anyway, but again, we're gonna see. But then later towards the ending, when Loco, you find out the news that Loco gets pinched in Mexico, and that's when Meech was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Mexico, I'm gonna break out Loco from prison or whatever. And then that's when you see at the end where Meech and Terry's in Mexico. So, and they kind of like lost and stranded somewhere. I was like, okay. And then you see him like walking off. So that's gonna be good. Season 4 is gonna be quite good. It's gonna be quite good, because you're gonna be seeing like these two men trying to figure out a way of breaking out Loco, because again, without no supply, like Mecca said, without no supply, nobody's getting high. So I'm like, there you go. So man, I can't wait. But drop your comments down below what you thought of this final episode of BMF, episode 10, season 3, on basically the conclusion, and Brian gonna go south after cleaning out his son's room because apparently he's still chasing Meech, which we all know. And then Jen is going to, I guess, Los Angeles or LA to handle some crime over there. I thought she was gonna die, but I was wrong. She lives, so I'm like, all right. But we do know Brian is gonna get a new partner at the end, or later on in the story, and then he eventually gonna take down BMF. So we know that. But overall, it was good. I just wish Glock was in this because it would have made it even better. But we will see in the next episode. Well, next season, I should say. But like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I catch you all in the next one.